Greetings, today is Thursday, July 4th, 2024. This is meteorologist Ruben Garcia. At the time of recording this video, it is 5 p.m. in Quintana Roo, where weather conditions will begin to deteriorate tonight as Hurricane Beryl approaches the coast of Quintana Roo. In this forecast update, we want to discuss some changes in terms of the intensity with which it will reach Mexico. This afternoon, we have seen that the structure of Hurricane Beryl has improved in the last few hours. This may indicate that it is at least maintaining its current intensity, with maximum sustained winds of 110 miles per hour or 175 kilometers per hour. Although we still anticipate it will weaken as it approaches the coast of Quintana Roo, it may arrive a bit stronger than we previously expected, perhaps now as a Category 2 hurricane. This also has long-term implications, because a stronger system would have more opportunities to eventually reach the state of Texas, for example. In this visible satellite image, we can see that ventilation in the northern and northeastern parts of the circulation has improved today. Although wind shear continues to affect the circulation from the west, this may be helping it to at least maintain its intensity. If we look at infrared satellite images, we can see that the hurricane has developed thunderstorms near the center of circulation. It may have even intensified in the last few hours. However, this is speculation, and we are waiting for data from a hurricane reconnaissance plane that will arrive later tonight. The important thing is that residents of Quintana Roo, Yucatán and Campeche should be prepared to face a Category 1 or 2 hurricane. The strongest winds are expected across Cancún, Cozumel, and Playa del Carmen. Although the appearance of Hurricane Beryl's circulation looks better, remember that models still project that it should continue weakening just before reaching the Yucatan Peninsula. It may just arrive a bit stronger than we previously anticipated. In fact, the National Hurricane Center now projects that the center of circulation should move over Quintana Roo during the early hours of Friday morning, with maximum sustained winds of approximately 100 miles per hour or 160 kilometers per hour. There is a hurricane warning for Quintana Roo, as well as a tropical storm warning for parts of northern Campeche and the entire state of Yucatan. With this trajectory, the center of circulation is projected to pass right over the city of Mérida during the afternoon hours of Friday. So, they will be experiencing the strongest winds in this case, which will be of tropical storm force. Here is the updated wind gust projection according to the GFS model. Gusts of up to 120 kilometers per hour may affect areas like Cancún, Playa del Carmen, Cozumel, and Tulum. If you are in this area, please stay in a safe place during the next 24 hours and be aware of possible wind-related damage. Then, as it moves over the Yucatan Peninsula, it is expected to weaken into a tropical storm. Therefore, tropical storm winds may affect the entire state of Yucatan and northern Campeche, with some wind gusts between 80 to 100 kilometers per hour. Additionally, remember that the hurricane is accompanied by heavy rain, with expected rainfall accumulations of 350 to 250 millimeters, especially in northern Quintana Roo and central Yucatan. For example, cities like Mérida, Valladolid, and Tulum may receive the highest rainfall accumulations, making significant flooding likely in these areas. In the medium term, there is still some uncertainty as to whether the center of circulation will reach the state of Texas or northern Tamaulipas. If the hurricane is stronger than we projected, it could take a slightly more northerly trajectory and possibly a rightward deviation, which would put Texas at greater risk. In this image, we see that some specialized trajectory models have a rightward trajectory compared to the official trajectory from the National Hurricane Center. If it deviates more to the right, it would remain over the Gulf of Mexico waters for a longer time, and could strengthen more than anticipated before reaching Texas. Let's look at some scenarios. But before that, I want to invite you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Go to the bottom of the video, click the red button that says subscribe, and then click the bell to get notifications when I record new videos. Now, let's look at some recent projections from global models. For example, the GFS model continues to project that it would arrive as a Category 1 hurricane during Monday morning in southern Texas, or northern Tamaulipas. The European model agrees with this forecast, but in this case, it shows a Category 1 or 2 hurricane approaching northern Tamaulipas on Sunday night. This is definitely a possibility, so residents of Texas and Tamaulipas should stay alert for any changes in the intensity forecast. For example, the German model shows a much stronger hurricane than other models, possibly a Category 2 or 3 hurricane. Although I doubt it will reach Category 3, we cannot rule out it arriving as a Category 2 hurricane in Texas or Tamaulipas early next week. Regardless of whether it arrives as a tropical storm, Category 1 or Category 2 hurricane in Texas and Tamaulipas, heavy rain is expected, which could cause flooding. For example, the GFS model estimates over 200 millimeters of accumulated rainfall for northern Tamaulipas, between San Fernando and Matamoros, and for parts of southern and eastern Texas, between 7 to 10 inches of rain. This heavy rain will affect the region between Sunday and Wednesday of next week. For example, in the GFS model members, those with a stronger hurricane and further north eventually bring the circulation over southern Texas, possibly as a Category 1 or 2 hurricane, while those maintaining it weakening before reaching Yucatan keep a more westerly trajectory, coinciding with the official trajectory from the National Hurricane Center, arriving in northern Tamaulipas or southern Texas as a strong tropical storm or Category 1 hurricane. So, while the forecast should not change for the Yucatan Peninsula as the impact is imminent, we do have some uncertainty in trajectory and intensity over the weekend. Therefore, I ask you to stay alert to see what happens once it reaches the Gulf of Mexico waters. Well, that's it for now. I hope our friends and followers in the Yucatan Peninsula do not suffer much damage related to this cyclone. Here at Hurricane Info, we will be updating through our Facebook page, and tomorrow morning, I will record a new video to update the hurricane forecast. Goodbye.